Hello everyone, this is Sagarika, your computer science mentor, and today we are going to discuss your first unit, computer system and organization of your computer science subject. So today's topic is computer system and organization. So before going to the concepts, before going to your topic, let me tell you why we need computer science. What is computer science? Yes, so as nowadays we could see computers are vastly used everywhere. At home we use computers for casual uses like playing games, playing music, watch videos. At home also we use computer for official uses. At railways and airways we use computers for recording the databases of clients or the accounts or for e-ticketing or online booking or your details of trains or planes. And in banking sector we used to maintain the database of our customers, and we also facilitate online banking. So in different sector nowadays we are using computers. So as computer plays a vital role in our life, now we need to know what is computer science and why we need the computer science in our life. Computer science is study of these computers which has been vastly used in our life. So computer science is science of computer or study of all the functions of computer, uses of computer or the components of computers. That's it. It is computer science. So computer science is study of all the computer related things. So I think I have made clear what is computer science. Then coming to your concept, computer system. Let me define what is computer system. But we will define computer system in two parts. First I will tell you about computer, then I will go to system, then we will integrate the definition. Okay. So what do you mean by a computer? So for your bookish definition, computer is an electronic device which does a task, which does a particular task for us. So the first definition I could add that it is an electronic device which does a task for us. But fan is also an electronic device. So can I say that fan and computers both are same because they both are electronics device and they both are doing tasks for us? So what more we could add to our definition so that I could distinguish this computer and the fan, they both are different? Yes, we could add that computer takes input, processes it, processes the input whatever we are giving and will gives us the output and gives us the output. So this is the second part of our definition. That means whatever is given, whatever raw thing we are giving as input. So diagrammatically I could show you that we are inputting something, and what we are going to input? We are going to input raw data. Means whatever is given. Then we are going to process it. Then we are going to get output. And output we get our information. We get information as output. So inputting data or raw data, whatever is given, then processing it and getting useful information. That is the second task of our computer. So before going to the more concepts, let me just clarify that what is data and what is information. What is data and what is information? Let me differentiate between data and information, as we know that data is our input of computer and information is output of our computer. So data is input which is unorganized, which is raw, whatever is given, whatever raw facts are given, that are known as our data, and that is unorganized. Raw facts which are unorganized. Then processing that unorganized data to an organized form, organized and processed. So the first difference between your data and information is, this is raw fact which is given and unorganized, and which is organized and processed, that is information. And second one is, this is less useful for us. This is less useful for us, and as we are just collecting the information after processing, this is more useful for us. Comparatively to your data, our information is more useful for us. So I could say that this is the difference between your data and information, or your input of computer and output of your computer is having this differences. So if I will tell that I am going to give an input like 2 plus 3, that is given, whatever is given. So I have given the data, I will process it and I will get information as 5. After processing I will get the information or the result. So same thing could be done by a calculator. So can I say that calculator and computer both are same? No, I could not say that. Then what is the difference between calculator and computer? How I could differentiate the computer from calculator? Yes, I could complete my definition back by adding one more thing, by adding one more last point which completes our definition, that is, it does arithmetical as well as your logical operation. So computer not only work on numbers, as your calculator only works on numbers. So computer does not work only on numbers, or it does not only does the arithmetical operations, as well it does logical operations. Means you must have seen on your keyboard, rather than numbers we are having alphabets, we are having special symbols, we are having many operators. So all these things could be done by your computer. So computer is very useful in this way. Coming to your system, as I am defining what is computer system, coming to your system part, this is the definition of your computer. Coming to your system part, what do you mean by system? You people must have heard about like ecosystem or educational system, political system. So system is something which is consist of number of elements. Like educational system, your educational system is consist or starting from your admission process, then your teaching process, your examinations, your results, everything is combining together to making an educational system. Exactly. Computer system is also a system. A system is consist of number of elements. So your computer system is also consist of two basic elements. So your computer system, which is an electronic device which does all these tasks, this is a system which consists number of basic elements. They are known as hardware and software. So today we are going to have a brief discussion about this hardware. So computer system consists of two basic elements, as I told, it is hardware and software. These two basic elements are making your computer system a fully functional system. That means without one, we could not say that your computer system is complete. That means these both are making your computer system complete, a complete fully functional system. So let me have a brief discussion about this hardware of your computer system. So hardware are the physical components or the physical parts of computer. So whatever you could see, whatever you could touch, the physical parts or components of computers are known as hardware. So let me repeat, hardwares are the physical parts or components of computer. That means you could define it as physical parts or tangible. We used to say tangible or touchable. That means we could touch the components. Tangible or touchable parts or components of computers system is known as your hardware. So physical parts or tangible or touchable components, like you could touch your keyboard, your mouse, your printer, your scanner, your monitor. This all we could say the hardware of your computer system. But all the hardware are not having same function, because what task you could do by your keyboard, that you could not do by your mouse, that you could not do by your monitor. So all these devices or all these components are having different functions. So based on functions, we could divide the hardware into 4 basic units. So let me have a block diagram of it, and let me have a brief discussion that what unit consists, what components of computer. So suppose I will have input unit first, then input unit will be attached with your processing unit, then your processing unit will be attached to your output unit, then your processing unit will have connection with your storage unit. So we could say that these 4 units are the main units of your hardware. Okay, so coming to your input unit. So number 1 is input unit. Which unit of hardware or its function is to give inputs to your computer system? Examples of these input units are, suppose your keyboard, your mouse, your pointing devices, your mic, suppose I am telling. So I am giving input. So these are the input devices of your input unit. Means this type of devices which we are using to give inputs to our computer system are known as input unit. Coming to your output unit. Output unit are the units or are the devices which are used to show the result or show the output. For example, I will say that your monitor, which show us the result on the screen, you could see. After processing, you could see the result. Then on printer, you may have printout of something you have done in your computer. Then your projector. Then plotter. These devices are examples of your output units. Means this output units or these devices are helpful to show the outputs or show the result. So these devices are examples of your output unit. Then coming to your processing unit and storage unit, let me just have a brief knowledge about processing unit. Processing unit is a unit which is responsible for all the operations of your computer. Like as I told that computer does arithmetical and logical operation. So in this unit only actually task will be done, and this is consist of 3 things: ALU, CU and register. That means 3 devices are there inside this unit. ALU is arithmetical and logical unit, ALU. Then CU is control unit. Then third one is your register. So ALU does all the arithmetical and logical tasks. Control unit actually coordinate and manage the data at the time of processing. Registers are useful for storing the data at the time of processing. So this is all about your processing unit. Then coming to your memory part, just your memory units are used to store the data so that we could use it later. Okay, so memory unit is responsible for storing data and information. So we could divide it as primary memory or main memory. That means the internal memory of your computer system or the inside memory we are having in our computer system is known as primary memory, and secondary memory means it is not inside your computer system, but rather than that we are using the memories to keep the or to store the data for later use. They are known as secondary memory. So primary memory example is your main memory, that is inside the computer system. Whatever memory or what type of memory you have, that is the example of your primary memory. And secondary memories examples are your hard disks, your pen drives, your floppy disk, your CDs, your DVDs. These are the examples of your secondary memory. So this is all about your hardware unit. Next class we will be learning more. Shining off.